Happy Monday. Full throttle kind of guy. Your buddy John, still alive, still kicking it. Got a little bit of milk call today. And also a little adventure time with the Galaxie. More for that later. If you're into YouTube, you see my video, or on Instagram or on Facebook, there's a nice network of people out there. Please, if you get a chance, check the links. I'll have their tags in there as well. Got a decal from MoFo Driver from Chris. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Here's the decal, really cool. That's going to go on the toolbox once I get everything sorted and ready to rock and roll. But again, MoFo Driver. So hit him up, decals. I also have decals still. Want to do a decal swap, hit me up, let me know. You can find my email address hidden in here, or on Instagram. You can DM me, or on Facebook. And another one I got from Roger at Dizzy Izzy. He's got the Valiant going to the No Name Nationals, the second annual. He was a participant in the first one as well. And then Chris is trying to get there. So Chris needs some help with some subscribers. If you can do that, hey, that'd be amazing. Let's network. Let's work together and make things happen. So again, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Roger. This is a long time coming for Roger. But the other day I was driving the Galaxie, and on the older cars, and this pertains to like early 60s models and older, they have a weird old style single pot brake unit. So needless to say, driving home, everything was fine. I was due for a little bit of drama. The brake cylinder went out, and since it's a single pot, it's for all the wheels. So there wasn't a leak in any of the wheels themselves or within the brake lines. There wasn't even a loss of brake fluid. It's just from years of sitting and cycling and whatnot, and they just delaminate over time. So the cylinder needs to come out. In the future, I'll look towards doing a dual cylinder swap out to make the car even safer and more modern, so the rear brakes and front brakes can be separate from one another as opposed to just one pot. My old 63 Dodge Polara 440 had that style too, and you'll see a lot of guys that they'll restore their cars or they'll get them to the way they were back in the day, and they're still rocking the single pots. They work, however, again, for safety, hey, look towards upgrading. For the cost and everything and converting it, it really isn't too bad. But right now, me being between work, I got to make my money stretch. So single pot's on the way. So I'll be doing that. Let's go over and I'll show you me taking out or at least the fittings for the single pot itself. Simple work. The hardest part of this job is going to be getting the clip out from beneath the dashboard from the parking brake lever itself. There's a C-clip that holds it into place. Mine's been there a long time and it's a little stiff, so I've got to use penetrating oil to kind of get in there and loosen it up to do what I need to do. So enough with that. Let's get over to the at least removing the hardware or loosening the hardware for the brake cylinder in anticipation of the new one coming. All right, guys. Again, MoFo, hey, thanks. Roger, hey, thanks again. I appreciate that. All right, so I popped the cap. As you can tell, it's all rusty and just disgusting in there. So I'm going to drain it out first and then dump it out into a container. This, unfortunately, isn't like it was years ago where you could just drop it and call it good. We got to be responsible. I do have a catch pan beneath to pick up on the garbage Murphy's Law. This thing's want to turn upside down, but thankfully it's sealed. Off to the rodeo. Okay, we'll get a paper towel to get up some of the aftermath there. While I do that, I'm going to pause you real quick. To prep for the job, use some penetrant, brass brush to get the corrosion off the line itself. For the firewall portion itself, watch out. There's 2 bolts above, 2 bolts below. You're going for the bolts that hold the pot into place. This is the plate that goes to the firewall in the car. You only want to loosen these, and that's 9/16, I think. Yeah, 9/16. So start with that. Again, I'm just going to loosen it because I don't want to end up, losing them. Part's supposed to be in by this Sunday. Damn. Today must be my lucky day. All right, so I like using a line wrench since this is a older line and Lord knows when the last time I was off. I'm going to use a 2 wrench method. It's a 7/16 for the brass connection or brass fitting itself, and 3/8 for the actual line. So I'm going to try to break it loose. Dang. Shit, I'm going to go out and buy a lottery ticket. Normally those things, through years of use and neglect, they're rounded and already twisted, and it's a, another job waiting to happen. So I just want to avoid as much work as I can for now. And like I said, when I have the money together and I'll do the double pot system, I'll do a better upgrade on this. Like I said, I just need to get this, where it's, safe and rolling for now, as opposed to potential death trap. I was coming to a stoplight and hit the pedal, hit the floor, and the next thing I know, I was rolling through the stoplight as it was changing. So was able to slow it down when I got to the house and just pumped what up I could for the brake itself. At super low speeds I had braking, but not at actual, you know, usable brake. But to try to drive this thing anywhere. I imagine it weighs around 4,000, pounds. So imagine the surprise hitting a newer car with this tank. Oh, there you go. There's that. Let me try to crack this mamma jamma loose. So I assume I'll need that for the. Dang. There we go. 4 bolts. I've got a new replacement for the brake pressure switch itself. I'm not going to reuse that thing because Murphy's Law, you change it over and all of a sudden you either do or don't have brake lights, or you have brake lights all the time. Let's just avoid a headache down the road. So that's it for now. So everything's prepped, ready to go. It's, drained. Just gonna wet my tools down, and we'll call it good from there. So next little video will be the actual removal. And by then I should have that stupid, clip undone. Might have to call Mr. Wizard. A little bit too big to be rolling around on the floorboard itself, trying to get up in there. And if you got paint on your car, and you got brake fluid with it, wipe it off as soon as possible. The last thing you want is to screw up your paint with brake fluid. It's no bueno.